Well, boys, the rumors are officially true. Counterspell is here in Modern. Steve with Magic Metal Money. We're talking about Modern Horizons 2 updates today, as well as an announcement with in-person play for the United States. Let's start with the Fetchlands because that's what we all are excited about. The enemy Fetchlands are in Modern Horizons 2. We've known that for like a year, but now we get to officially see what they look like, and they do not have different art, which I actually am a fan of. I think that's good. There's already so many variants to so many cards, and hey, we're getting some pimped out versions. We got some cool variants, but the actual art is the OG art for the enemy Fetchlands. There's also, notice, the borderless option, which is actually the extended art. It's not just the same art stretched out. They actually are extended, so you get a little more of a frame, and if that matters to you. It's not a huge deal, but a little detail I noticed. And then, of course, the retro frames. These are going to kill me. I already have my enemy Fetchlands. I've been playing Modern for years. I already don't need more enemy Fetchlands. But now I want them because I want those old borders. And that is how Wizards is getting us all. They're just getting us saying, hey, doesn't matter if you have your collection, you still need to buy this product because it still has something for you. Which is genius and maddening at the same time. So while preview season is officially a couple weeks away, they did give us some previews. Let's start off with, of course, Sanctum Prelate. Everyone's excited about this. A lot of people speculated this is going to be true. Turns out this guy who's always leaking and spoiling things ahead of time, he's like always right. So we kind of knew Sanctum Prelate was going to be in Modern. There was a good chance, and it is here. I must say, overall, is this card super, super powerful? No, it's not like Legacy and where everything does count 1 mana. And so putting this in your main board and setting it to 1 as soon as you can cast it is going to be such a lights out play. It's not going to be the same effect in Modern. However, oh boy, is this going to be good against prowess decks. Yikes, oh yikes, I am not looking forward to that. Like, this happens with Chalice of the Void, but sometimes you can still at least win just by triggering prowess enough times with your 1-mana spells. You turn them all into shocks if you have 2 creatures. That's not happening. You can't even cast them, so this might be a tough one. We can see we have Brainstorm. Again, there's an option to get this in a retro frame, and this Brainstorm, obviously not a very powerful card. Like Brainstorm for 3 total mana over the course of 2 turns, not that great of an effect, but 1-mana artifacts are always up to tricksy things. This might be really good with Urza or something, so this might actually see constructed play, who knows. But what I'm really interested in, does this mean Brainstorm is coming to Modern? That would be crazy, but it's possible. I mean, that's going to be really powerful. That's going to push blue just that much stronger, that much more over the map if they do it. Brainstorm is really, really good at shaping your hand, especially combined with Fetchlands. That's powerful, and this kind of hints that they might be doing that. What do you guys think? Do you think that's going to be Brainstorm in Modern Horizons 2? Next on the list is Diamond Lion. So here we get a Lion's Eye Diamond attached to a creature, a little 2/2 for 2 mana. I don't know if this is going to be good or not. I don't play combo decks. My brain doesn't think that way. I don't try to create combos. I'm sure some people, and the internet's probably already gone crazy with people saying, oh, I broke Modern with this. We'll see. I don't know. I do like that it has to tap in order to be activated. So, of course, unless you have a way to give it haste, that does mean it's going to take a full turn cycle. So if people are breaking this in some nasty, dirty combos, at least there's a turn reprieve to be able to answer this thing. Counterspell, of course. The beautiful thing about Counterspell is this is just such an iconic piece of Magic. Is it too powerful Modern? Is it not? I don't know. Only testing can tell. Like, these are the types of things that we can speculate all we want as a community, but we won't know until we actually get a test with it and actually get to put it in tournaments and put it in decks. But I just love that it's an iconic piece of Magic. I mean, Counterspell's been around forever. It's been reprinted 1,000,000 times. It's an awesome card, and now here it is. It gets to be played in like the most popular competitive format. This is exciting stuff. Now notice the promo version is rare, which makes me think that these alternate art promos are only going to be available in collector boosters. We don't know that, but seeing that it's actually got a rare stamp makes me think, yeah, this alternate art is not going to be available in regular draft or set booster boxes. For those of us who don't think Magic is complicated enough already, we now have Urza Saga, which is an enchantment land that dies. So it looks like it counts as your land drop, gains a few things each chapter, and notice it doesn't lose the previous ones, it just gains added abilities. So you get mana, you can tap it to make a construct, then you can go search your library for a cheap artifact. The sketch version is what's really interesting here. Now, in the broadcast, they hinted very strongly that these will only be available in the collector booster boxes. The promo version of the Counterspell, that's a little bit of my speculation, seeing the rare stamp on here, but the sketch versions, it was basically said without being said that it'll be an option. These sketch versions will be an option available in some boosters, I think was how they worded it. That clearly is telling us that these sketch versions are only going to be available in collector boosters. These things are going to be so expensive. Like, collector boosters are just going to be through the roof. With old borders, we saw what Time Spiral Remastered did with old borders. People like us love them. You know, people who are in their 20s and 30s love them. Am I in my 20s or 30s? Up to you to guess. I'm right on the border, though. But I'm an old school player. You know, I played when I was a kid. I played in the 90s, early 2000s, and I love old school borders. And then they're going to have these sketch cards as well. Collector boosters. These are going to be expensive. I hope that they print a lot of collector boosters so that way more people have a chance to get these cool cards, but I don't know. We'll see. These boxes are going to be mighty pricey. So that's all the new information we have for Modern Horizons 2 as of right now. I am going to make another video next week about more wish lists, right? I did one of these before. A lot of people have liked that video, and there's been a lot of comments on what people want. But if you haven't commented yet on cards that you're hoping to see reprinted in Modern, or not even reprinted, but like new cards, like characters, like, you know how we got Urza as an actual card, you know, that type of thing. So if there's any particular character that you want to see printed and represented more in Modern Horizons 2, or any reprints that you're hoping for, comment those down below and I'll include those in the next video. Now, this last section is only applicable to the United States. There was a big announcement made that in-store play is going to be allowed as of May 28th. Of course, all local jurisdictions and everything like that and local laws are all going to take priority over this, but it is going to be allowed that stores can hold sanctioned events as of May 28th, just a few weeks away. That's a big, exciting day. It's my brother's birthday. Shout out to Ben. If you're watching this, happy birthday in the future, dude. We get to play Magic in person again. The other big announcement that came alongside with this is the beautiful Fabled Passage. This old school bordered Fabled Passage is now going to be available. It's going to be a gift given from Wizards to all of the stores, all WPN stores, to say, hey, give these to people if they spend $50 or more on sealed product. And that starts June 18th, which is when Modern Horizons 2 is going to have its worldwide launch. So that's going to be, or at least its United States launch. I think it does differ in different regions of the world. But so correlating with being able to buy Modern Horizons 2, not just the pre-release, but actually Modern Horizons 2 being live, we now can say, hey, if you buy $50 worth of sealed product, you can get a Fabled Passage, and these things are going to go like hotcakes. Like, I don't know how many of these things they're printing, but it looks to me like a $20, $30 card anyway. So you apply that to a $50, $60 purchase, and you're getting, like, you know, half of your purchase just bonus value, right? And yeah, some people are going to say, hey, I'm going to buy a Modern Horizons 2 booster box, and so that's going to be whatever, 150, 200, 250 bucks. So they're going to spend way more than that $50 threshold. I find the $50 threshold on sealed product a really interesting marker there, because any other pre-constructed decks, those are always like 20, 30 bucks. So it's like, if you're not buying 2 or 3 of those, you're buying a booster box. And so if it's not a standard booster box at 100 bucks, it's going to be, you know, Modern Horizons 2 booster box at 200 bucks. So it is interesting, that $50 price threshold. But regardless, these things are beautiful, and I think this is awesome. This is a great move by Wizards. You know, you can say that they hate the local game store. I don't know if they do or not. I don't own a game store. I'm not smart enough to be able to speculate and see how those relationships actually are. But we have seen a lot of moves lately to, you know, Wizards putting more product directly on Amazon, skipping their local game stores. And so the fact that they're doing this, you know, it definitely is a real good move. Whether it's, you know, to cover their butts, or this is actually like a genuine from their hearts, they love their local game stores, I don't know. I'm not here to speculate on Wizards' intentions. I just do know that this is an awesome move, and I hope that they give stores a lot of these, because a lot of people are going to get in there. I mean, you think every store gets, if every store got like 20 of these, that's $1,000 of revenue, right? That's going to generate at least minimum, right? Those $50 increments. But it's easily going to be more than that, and I hope stores can get more than 20. I hope they can get like 50, 100 of these things if they're a bigger store, so that way they can get a lot of people in and people don't miss out on this. It's just a great opportunity to get people back out in person, you know, playing, get the economies running again. I think this is a beautiful thing. Great move by Wizards to print these.